All right, what's up, everybody? It's Christopher Leon Johnson here. So it's past 10 o'clock right now. I'm heading to get some food. All right, so make a response to this comment. I usually don't make follow up videos, but I have to because I saw a comment on my page from a commenter stating that about this situation with hochul, Kathy Hochul. People who needed catch up to the news. What recently happened was Kathy Hochul was in California, and she was promoting Empire AI, and she made the comment that the black kids in the Bronx don't even know what computers mean, right? Don't even understand about computers. So it created a lot of controversy within the New York State political world, and a lot of politicians on the Democratic Party, mainly in New York City, made a big stink about it, like John Sicaro, Karina Reyes, Farrah Supar Forrest, and Louis Sepulveda. There's many other elected officials out there. They called her out for her comment about blacks not knowing what computers mean. Now, I'm gonna make this clear, right? I defended Kathy Hochul about that because she was correct about it, and I won't take it back. She was correct about how blacks, mainly black kids in the Bronx, don't know what computers mean. They only know what a computer is. The only thing they know is a smartphone, a cell phone. They know what a cell phone means, but they don't know what a computer means. There's a big difference from a computer, like a Dell computer, and a smartphone, like an iPhone or Android. It's a big difference, like a Samsung or LG. It's a big difference. Now, going forward, recently, a few hours later, after got all the heat, the speaker defended her. The speaker said, yeah, she was wrong in the way she said it and the way she delivered it, but she means really well about her. She means really well about her doing her best to equip the black communities with access to tech. And he was correct about that. Hasty was correct about that. Now, let me make this clear, right? And the reason I'll make a response to this because Hochul apologized because there's a few people that want to resign, but everybody knows she's not going to resign. Like I said, people make out-of-pocket comments and they can redeem themselves. And the thing is, Hochul does whatever she can. She does her best to equip the districts, equip the areas with tech. But like I said in my other video, I said, look, the prior video to this, responding to this comment, that Hochul and various elected officials, especially Karina Reyes, who made the biggest stink of it all, doesn't do the right thing in targeting the black districts, the areas where they need the tech outreach. And what happens is Hochul and Reyes will promote programs, promote funding initiatives to do tech outreach in the districts, right? I'm not going to take that away from Karina Reyes. But what happens is the way they earmark the money and the way they distribute the money is through these corrupt nonprofits, and it's mainly these cure bonds organizations that all they do is do electioneering under the guise of public safety. Now, they do this with the arts, and they do this with mental health, right? They take all the mental health credits, all the mental health financial credits, they take all the art financial credits, and they take all the tech financial credits. And they'll say we're doing it for the inner districts. And it's crazy, and it's sad, because what happens is the real nonprofits, the real stakeholders that know that designate 100% of their time to tech doesn't get the funding. Ask any organization that does straight tech, that any African American ran organization or any organization that dedicates their tech outreach and their tech programming to the black inner districts, and they can't get funding. They can't get no funding. But when it comes to a Cure Bonds organization like Elite Learners and Life Camp and Guns Down Life Up and Kings of Kings and Kabi, they could apply for those same grants for tech outreach and tech programming. They can get the funding. They might get the funding. They do with the art outreach, the art programming, and the mental health programming. People are also asking the governor and Karina Reyes, and I'll ask her that question and say, look, if there's a regular tech-oriented nonprofit that applies for government funding for programming for tech outreach in the inner districts, they can't get the funding, but a corrupt nonprofit like Bragg that has two of their members got arrested for gun possession. One's in jail right now for guns and drugs. Another one got busted in the Bronx, jumping the turnstile, busted with guns and drugs, and they get government funding, ragged government funding, and they can easily get it for tech outreach and tech programming. But a regular organization that does straight tech programming, no cure violence, like that, they can't get it. People can start asking Karine Reyes that question. I'll ask that question myself when I get to see her, and any other elected officials. Ask that question. Anybody start asking that question. But that's the truth. But it's a lot of corruption that goes on with funding for tech and arts and mental health. Like I said before, when it comes to mental health outreach, there's organizations that do mental health, that do straight mental health outreach, that do straight mental health programming. They can't get it. But you know who gets it? It's these corrupt community state like Elm Corps, these Elm Corps type organizations that get the funding. That's the truth. They get the funding. While real mental health oriented organizations and mental health oriented nonprofits can't get the funding. That's a fact. So people got to understand what's going on here. It's a lot of corruption, especially in the inner districts. They exploit the inner districts to push their agenda while the inner districts suffer. I live in the 55th district. I'm walking through the 55th district right now. This is my district. The 55th district covers Brownsville, Crown Heights, and a little bit of Bed-Stuy. I'm in Latrice Walker district. I've been there all my life, 33 years, all my life. And they do the same trick of saying, all right, we'll do tech outreach into the 55th district, while the real organization that can do the tech outreach for the 55th district, they can't get the money. While the organizations like Elite Learners and CAVI and Guns Down Life Up and Lost Swears and Kings of Kings and 100 Suits, they get all the funding. And if they do the outreach, it doesn't reach people like me. It only reaches the people that are justice oriented. And what I'm talking about is justice oriented means justice involved. Justice involved means you gotta be in and out of the prison system. You gotta be in and out of jail. You gotta be on probation and parole to be access to programs that the organizations put out. But a person like me with no criminal record, I've been arrested a couple times, but never been convicted. Never probation, no restraining orders, no order of protections, nothing like that. Can't get access to it. I can't get access to it. I'm 33. But like I said, if I was 10 years younger, 23 years old, and they always target me from 16 to 24, but I was 10 years younger, I still couldn't get it because I'm not justice involved. And that's a problem here. That's a big problem. That's why people like black men has a high chance of crime. And what happens, and I said, like I said in my first video, like I said, it's all done by design, guys. It's all done by design with the stuff with the governor and these elected, like Karine Reyes does. They make sure that the young kids don't have access to tech, so they could be a high chance of being criminals. Because what happens with crime? When you become a criminal, you get caught by the police, you get arrested. Now your justice is involved. Most of you go into prison, you become a felon, or you get convicted for a crime where you might not be a felon, but you get convicted for a certain crime like drugs and guns, or weapons, or marijuana, or cocaine. And what happens, guys, is once you get convicted for certain those crimes or classic misdemeanors, it's hard for you to get a job. Now, what you would think was happy, hard to get a job, you commit more crime, and then eventually you become a felon. And when you become a felon, you go to prison. Prison system make money off for you. And what do you think happens after that, guys? Makes money off for your ass, then makes money off for you. Then you get out, and you have no choice to join a nonprofit called Cure Violence organization. That's gonna make money off for you. They pay some good money for 20 hours a week, but they're gonna make money off for your ass. So that's the plan. You deprive kids of tech, which will get them out of deprive kids, the right kids, out of tech that will get them out of trouble. That will get them out of trouble. Then they start getting in trouble. They fill the prison systems, and they come out as a felon, and they forced to join a Cure Violence organization. That's what they want. They want these organizations that's going to get them reelected and elected rich, while the real organizations that can really do the work and really save the kids' lives can't get not one goddamn dollar for funding. It's a fact. So I'm responding to this comment, and they said that, oh, the DOE, yeah, they get of course they get money, but that's only in the schools, guys. I'm talking about not just in the schools. I'm talking about in the in the outside of schools. And what matters is what's outside of school. My days, we had this stuff. We had tech, and we had arts. We had mental health outreach. I grew up in the 90s. I grew up in the 2000s. I went to school in the 90s and 2000s. So we had the mental health outreach and the tech and the arts in the schools and after school. But they took away a little after the 2000s. They took away. But now they're bringing it back. But it's not enough. People ask a question like, why? It's not about Democrat, Republican. It's not about that. This is not about party lines. It doesn't matter what Republicans say, like, Hochul's a Democrat. She got heat from Democrats. She got a big heat on Twitter from Democrats. On Twitter, watch Twitter. Through Zach Williams, Zach Reports, and John Campbell, New York. Shout out to John Campbell and Jeff Colton and Emily Nago and Sally Goldenberg and Errol Lewis and Zach Reports, Zach Williams bringing it up. They brought it up and got a lot of heat from her own party line. The speaker chimed in. It got viral within the political world. The speaker, Carl Hasty, chimed in. He made a statement. But it's not about what Republicans say. Republicans say they got more. Let's say if a Neil Beepin, who's Indian, a Neil Beepin say it, he would got heat too. But it's not about race. It's not about party lines. It's about the statement, how she said it. That's what got a lot of heat. She meant well, but the way she said it and the delivery was off. So it's just what it is. But Hochul was right. She was correct. But I don't say she had to apologize because the way, it got a lot of heat. And it's a life lesson. It's a life lesson for her, and it's what it is. But she told the facts. But she's part of the problem. She's part of the problem because she did it with the help of Governor Cuomo. Cuomo set everything up, like I said, to keep these nonprofits happy. Like I said before, I dare anybody that want to get mad at my comment, start asking anybody elected officials, like, why are you giving all this money for the tech outreach to the inter-district credits and earmarking to the cure violence organizations and these corrupt nonprofits that don't do shit for the community, that does nothing for the community. I'm walking down Pickett Avenue right now, 55th district. 55th is my district, 55th district. That do nothing for the community. Instead of giving this money to real organizations that does the work. Real organizations that really care about the people. Start asking that question. I'll ask them. I'm a journalist. I can ask them. But people, as a regular citizen, not a journalist, should start asking these questions. These hard questions. And that's the facts. And if I see Corinne Ray, I'll check her right there and say, look, you want to criticize hochul and make a big deal, but you don't give real money to organizations that do the work. That organization really does the work for tech outreach for the black community. They can really go into these areas and set up shop in these areas and do the outreach and get these people involved. But they don't want that. You know why? Because they want the kids to be ignorant to Twitter, Instagram, X, YouTube, and Kick, and Twitch, and Instagram, and Snapchat, and Facebook. They want these kids to be ignorant. And what happens is these kids be ignorant to the bullshit and worry about drill, and bullshit viral videos. They have a high chance of being in the criminal underworld. And like I said, once they get arrested by the NYPD or state police or any cop, and they become get arraigned by the court, go to trial, get convicted, or plead down to a felony charge, they become a felon. Become a black felon in New York State. It's hard, in New York City, you can't hard get a job. So what do you think happens? They're going to be forced to join these corrupt, cure violence organizations that's going to make them money, that's going to make money off of them. And all they're going to do is make money, get these elected officials elected. It's all done by design, guys. That's the truth. It's all done by design. And like I said, it happens. Hochul made her mistake. She made it wait. She meant right, but the way she said it and the way she delivered it was like off. That's what happened with Hochul. So this is what, like I said, I support what she said. She apologized. It's what it is. Move on. Tomorrow is a new day. Tomorrow is Tuesday. Tomorrow is Wednesday. And we just move on. So I'm in the 55th district right now. This is what it is. The 55th district, New York State. Latrice Walker district. This is my district for 33 years. And this is what it is. This is from my experience. That's all I got to say about the live off. And take care, everybody. Adios. Peace out.